I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you some excellent questions on inverse of a function. Welcome to my series, and I hope you'll go away with a learning experience. The question here is function f of x is a single point 1 minus b. So we have a function in which there is just one point, and the coordinates of those points are 1 minus b. So let me read it once again. Function f of x is the single point a minus b. What is the distance from f of x to f inverse x? So this is f inverse x, right? So what is the distance from f of x to f inverse x? You are given 5 choices. Now you can actually expect this kind of a question in some of the good test papers. Okay. You can pause the video, answer the question, and also look into my suggestion. Let's first understand the question. We have the function f of x, and actually it has just one point. So I'll write this as a minus b. So I've taken a very general point, a minus b. So if that is the function, in that case, what is inverse of this function? So to get the inverse, we swap x and y, right? So the y value minus b now becomes the x value, and a becomes the y value. So the inverse function now will have just one point reflected on the line y equals to x, right? And the coordinates will be minus b, a, right? Now the simple question is to find distance between these 2 points, right? So that is what the question is. So once you understand, it is very, very simple. But getting this concept is so important, right? I hope you appreciate that part. And now it's kind of simple. So let's do this formula, which let me write on the formula. x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is a very standard formula to find distance between 2 points, x1, y1 and x2, y2, right? So let's say this is our x1, y1, that is x2, y2. In that case, the distance should be how much? So we'll do this y2, that is minus b minus a whole square plus a minus b whole square, correct? So that is what you get. So you could do this as, so that basically minus, is also square is positive. So I could write this as a plus b whole square, right? So this is also a plus b whole square. I hope I'm right on this. So we took minus common if you want to and treat this as b plus a. Square of negative is positive, so I could always write this as a plus b, right? So this is what we get. And if I go 2 more steps, this plus this is 2 times a plus b whole square, right? Now I could take this out of the square root, so I get a plus b outside the square root, and I'm left with 2 within the square. So that is a very, very general solution, and it matches with the very first one here. So that is what it is. So if there is any point, now we can generalize this. If there is any point a minus b on the function, then its distance from its image on the inverse will be a plus b square root 2, right? I have taken b as minus b, okay? If I take a, b, that will be minus. Remember that part, right? So I hope this concept helps you. You can try with different coordinates. For example, you could replace this value with, let's say, 6 minus 2, for example. Then what should be your answer, right? So when you add them up, then what do you get? When we have this point 6 minus 2, you can add them up and then do square root 2 to get the answer, right? So go through these steps. So we are just saying x2 minus x1, which is minus b minus a whole square, plus y2 minus y1, a plus b becomes whole square. Now these terms are squares, taken out will give you a plus b, and then square root 2, right? So we get our answer. So if these are the 2 points, in that case, you have to just add them up, right? So basically you get a plus b whole square inside and then square root 2. So you can get your answer. So try out with some numbers like this and check out your answers. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.